Hello everyone, my name is Carrie. Thank you so much for being here on my little channel where I get to talk about all the things crafty and creative that I get into. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I wanted to just record a quick episode to just kind of keep in touch and share some things that I've got going on. Nothing too fabulous, but I didn't want to wait till too much time went by. Today is October 10th. 2018, and it's a beautiful day today. It's maybe 70 degrees and very fall-like, and the trees are changing, and it's just really glorious and beautiful. The trees all around here, I've got a lot of maple trees that change colors at this time of year, and red and yellow and dark burgundy purple, and it's just beautiful. The nights have gotten cool, which helps the trees change, and it's just, it's fabulous. So I do have the window open. On nice days like this, the local airport gets a little bit busy. It's just little putt-putt planes, but they do fly over, so hopefully that doesn't get too distracting. So what have I been up to? I posted recently on Instagram, and I showed a costume that I had worked on for my son's dog, Vladimir. He's a pug, and my son and his husband are gonna dress up as Mario and Luigi, like as in the video game Mario Brothers, and Vladimir, their pug, is gonna be dressed up as a Koopa Troopa, no, what is it? Koopa Paratroopa, which is a flying turtle. So I'll put a picture here of what that's supposed to look like. And they gotten a turtle costume, and I added wings to it so that it's the flying turtle. Now in the video game, it's just a solid color. It's not actually turtle looking, but it's close enough. So I just took some white fabric. Actually, this is an old sheet that I was going to get rid of, and so I cut into it. Just sort of roughly drew some wing shapes. I put a wire in it. So the wire goes down here, it goes in through the body, and then up the other side to keep it steady for when he walks. It doesn't look like he's flapping. So when I finished it, I wanted to try it on Millie to see kind of what it looked like when it was on. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I've said Millie hates to wear clothing. She doesn't like it when I put a jacket on her or sweater in the wintertime or anything. So I thought, okay, let me just put this on just to see how this looks and how it'll like be when it's on and stuff. I gotta show you the picture. We were laughing, and I hate to laugh at her because I think they get their feelings hurt, but oh my gosh, she just flattened to the ground, like flat, and wouldn't move. I was trying to get the strap around her, just a Velcro strap, so I'd stand her up and she'd just go flat. Poor baby. But she looked really cute. She'd be really a cute Koopa Poopa Trooper or whatever it is. She gave me the stink eye. But anyway, so that was kind of a fun project to work on. I like doing that where you have to kind of figure out what it is how you're gonna make it work and stuff. So I think Vladimir will probably wear it on Halloween when they give out candy. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how long he's going to wear it, but he'll look cute, at least for some pictures. I took a picture of my son Robert wearing his Luigi outfit. He has a stick-on mustache he's going to wear, but it was pretty funny. It's pretty silly to see him dressing up, and it just warms my heart because there were a number of years that wouldn't have happened. And he's in a really good place in his life right now, and he's letting himself be silly, and it's just makes me happy. So that was a sewing project that I worked on. Now that the weather's cooling off and it starts to feel like fall, I got to get into my sewing and get working on my quilts. Another little project I worked on, it's no-sew. It's super easy, and I thought I'd share it with you. I saw it on Facebook, I think my mom showed it to me. I think it was a video that came across her Facebook or something. But it was to make these little fabric pumpkins. And like super cute, be really cute little decorative thing, you know, in your window or on your table or something. And I have to share it with you because it's just really a fun idea. So what you need is your stem, which I just trimmed a branch off of a tree in the backyard. I had this green fabric. I fused two sides together so that both sides are the right side, and folded it in half, just trimmed like a leaf shape, cut a slit in the middle, and then that's where the stem can go through. And then the body of this is a roll of toilet paper. So what the video showed is you take the toilet paper and you unroll a bunch, and then you just sort of loosely roll it back on to make it just sort of padded. On this one, I just took some batting that I had and did basically the same thing. Then it suggested taking an 18 by 18 piece of fabric. Well, I just used a fat quarter, and a fat quarter is 18 by 22. And I thought, well, then that way I still have a very usable piece of fabric. And all you do is, this is a 18 by 22, but just put it in the middle, and you just bring it up and tuck it in the middle. Tuck it in the hole. Just kind of stuffing it, working your way around until it's all stuffed in there, kind of hiding any kind of raw edges or anything. And then you've got your stick with your green, and you stick that in there, and you've got a pumpkin. Okay, I would make that a little bit neater here. Let me do that. And then if you just had these sitting on your table or something, wouldn't that be cute? Especially if it was in like a plaid, like a flannel plaid or something. It was just a really cute way to make a simple thing. You don't have to sew anything. You don't have to glue anything. It's done in like 30 seconds. So I thought I'd share that with you. I think it's a really cute idea to just, you know, add a little decoration. So now I've got my little pumpkin decorations. Put those over here. So anyway, I hope you try those because that's actually pretty fun. Can you see them? My little decorations here. On the last episode, I said that if I hadn't heard from the person that won the ChowGoo 9-inch size 3 needles, she just still didn't get in touch with me. So I picked another winner today. And so now I've got winner is Angela 8626. And so Angela, get a hold of me. I looked to see like where she was from. She's in the United States somewhere. I don't know where she's from, but check out Angela's project page, Angela 8626. She made the most adorable crocheted Halloween bunting. It was so cute. It's on one of her project pages. So cute. So a bunting is like the little triangle kind of flags that you hook on a string or whatever. It's a line of the little flags that hang decoratively, and she did them so it's like a little Frankenstein, a little candy corn, a little Zax's Boo or something. She did all these different ones. It's so cute. So I think you should check that out if you want to find some kind of interesting idea. That was really adorable. But anyway, Angela, you now won these needles. If you want them, please get a hold of me so that I can send them out to you. I don't have any finished things, but I've been working on some stuff. I've had several days where I haven't worked on anything just because we've been busy with some stuff, but I did start to spin on my and my new Turkish spindle. I'm not doing horribly. I need to practice some more. We're going to go camping this weekend. I'm going to take it with me so I can sit and just practice it. I'm really looking forward to this weekend to go camping because I've had a lot of peopling, and I need a no people day, and I haven't had one in like a month, and I'm used to having almost every day be a no people day, so I'm a little over peopled. So we're gonna sit, we're gonna enjoy the gorgeous weather, and just camp and have fun. So I'll work on that. Another thing that I worked on, I didn't quite finish, but it's getting there. I had talked about a shrug that I was doing, and I was following the guidelines that Andre Sue Knits, who is Andy, had put on Ravelry for making a shrug, which is basically, this type of shrug is just sleeves. And so if you remember, I knitted a large rectangle. I did it on my knitting machine to the gauge that she specified. And then I picked up on the edge and I did a lace pattern that she gave directions for to finish off the edge. Not a big fan of working lace, so there was a lot of times when I had to knit the row and then unknit the row because I lost track of where I was. And it wasn't a kind of pattern that I could put stitch markers in every 10 stitches or whatever, because then the next row was like offset, so that wouldn't have lined up right. But, you know, so it took me longer. It took me like twice as long to do as it normally would because I knit it and unknit it several times. So I got that done on both ends of the rectangle, and then I stitched up for the sleeve. So I just did a mattress stitch, and she suggested 14 inches, but that came too close to under my armpit. I don't think mine turned out as long as hers, even though I had measured it and I blocked it that way. So I only went 11 inches, and that seemed to work better. So the next step is you've got basically this whole like inside hole to pick up and do the lace repeat on. So you wear it like this. This is all rolling up because it needs to have a finished edge. Oops, sorry. But what I'm thinking I might do, because I really don't enjoy knitting lace, is somebody at Knit Next suggested that I do a crocheted edge around here just to help keep it from rolling and just, like I said, give it a nice finished edge. So I'm going to look on YouTube for crocheted edge stitches or something and see if I can find something that I feel like it's something I can manage. I don't have any idea how many stitches I need to pick up. If I find something I like, I'll just make sure I pick up that many stitches and then finish off the edge. But basically, you know, you just kind of wear it like you've got sleeves. It's probably not something I'd wear out, but when I'm just sitting and I just want a little something over my shoulders, not necessarily a whole sweater or anything, I think this will be good. So it's great. It's a nice depth here. I almost feel like it could be taller in the back, but I'll have to see how that is once this all unrolls and actually lays nicely. But for now, this is good. Like I said, I'm going to check out some stitches, and I'm going to do around the neck in this same lighter purple. So this was my Royalty and this was my Mystical. So this was yarn that I pulled the sweater out and I'm reusing the yarn for that. So now it's like warm and I can't get it off. Okay. So that's nice to have that at that stage. I think if I crochet something, it'll go faster and actually get it finished so that I can wear it, because it will be cooling off. I mean, we're in a really beautiful part of our weather systems. The fall is a beautiful time around here, and any minute now it's going to start getting wintry and wet and cold. But for now, it's not. Something else, I showed some yarn that I put together when I bought some yarn from Hannah Made It. She's got a shop on Etsy. So I talked about the In the Light shawl. So it's In the Light shawl by Casey Day Crozier. And I thought, okay, you know, this yarn that I got, I think it'll really make a nice shawl. Let me just cast it on and see. Well, I'm almost done with it. I could not stop knitting on it. It's been such an enjoyable knit, and it's a garter stitch. Trying to untangle here. Garter stitch, potato chippy, super easy, vanilla-y kind of design. So I started with my cinder, which was a charcoal gray, and is that the right side? Here's the right side. Then I started fading in Hannah's If I want exposure, I'll get my tits out while riding my unicorn colorway, part of the Tits Out Collective. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and it just makes me happy. And so now I'm putting in the last color, and this is Your Purple is Showing, or My Purple is Showing. Somebody's purple is showing. What is it? Your Purple is Showing. Not mine. My purple's not showing. Yours is. So it's going to start. Now I'm doing it where I use just that color. I'm done fading. So it's all knit with fingering weight yarn, held double. So it's the squish factor and softness of this thing is so delightful. And it's just going to be so nice to wear. I hope we get a really cold winter this winter. So like I said, I'm holding it double. The one thing I'm not so sure about is I'm making the fringed version, and I don't know how we go about doing that because I didn't read ahead. I know they say read the whole pattern, but it wouldn't make sense to me unless I'm doing it. This is all I have left of color number 2. I have like 5 grams. That's all I have left. So I don't know if I can make fringe with it. I have quite a bit of the gray. I probably did something wrong because I only have that much. So if I don't have enough to make the fringed version, then it won't be fringed. It will be the unfringed version. But I really wanted to make it fringed. So yeah, so there it is. So this is what I've been working on. This is what I've wanted to work on. I picked up my socks a couple times. I'm having some pain in my thumb joints, and so that small of knitting was bothering it, and so I haven't really felt like picking those up because it doesn't feel good to knit that. But this has been like so pleasurable. And I think part of it is the colors that I just adore. You know, it's like I start knitting and then you get this little stack of colors on the needle that just make me happy. And then you're like, oh, so I'd stop and just kind of like, oh, isn't that pretty? And then I go on, and then it just feels so nice. And then it's just squishy, so it feels good to work on it. It's just been a real comfort knit for me. And I am doing this as part of the In the Light cowl that's being put on by Chevis, who has the podcast Chevy Rell's Stuff. And she's co-hosting it with Lacey of the Knitted Cupcake. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm loving it. And Chevy Rell's talked about it. She has said how addicting it is and how she has to make herself put it down. And I don't know why it is necessarily, other than it just feels really good to work on it. So that will be done by the next time. Well, I don't know how hard it is to do the fringe, so I shouldn't say it's going to be done because maybe it's not. But it should be done by the next time I talk to you. And it may just have gray fringe because that's what I have a lot of. I don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I didn't totally mess it up. So, little tiny bit of work on other little projects, but nothing to really show you. I'm really itching to cast on Marie Green's new sweater. I got the pattern. It's called Brunswick, I think. And I just really liked the style of it. She shows it as a short sleeve, but I imagine you can make the sleeves any length you want. It does have a little bit of color work at the bottom, which I think you could omit if you didn't want to do, but it's a little bit, I keep wanting to say A-frame, A-line. It's a little bit A-line, but I don't think as much as the Tegna, which was like super wide at the bottom. It just looks like it hangs really nicely. So I really want to start that one. I really want to try to knit that, but I know I need to get some of my whips done. And Joanna of Stitching the High Notes was talking about this very thing of managing the whips, and she did a spreadsheet that showed like, and on it she put the information of what the whip was, kind of where it was in progress, what needed to be done. So if you have, excuse me, a pair of socks that just needs the heel, you would, put that in there. And then to just sort of like organize it, because I know I've got too many whips, and they're all projects I do want to finish, but I'm keep grabbing this in the light shawl because that's what I want to work on, and that will be finished here soon. But then when that's finished, I'm going to want to start the sweater. But I've got some mitts that, color work mitts that I started in the spring. And I'll always probably have a chemo hat on the needles and socks. And I still haven't finished my Find Your Fade shawl. That came out, what, 2 years ago? Year and a half ago, something like that. I'm on the last color. Just real tired of working on it, and I don't know when I'll ever wear it. So it sits. But I should finish it because I put a lot of work into it. But it's stuff like that. Like, I think if I saw it all down on paper, I might be more willing to pick it up, because I might think that, I don't know, I'm trying to talk myself into thinking that it's gonna make me finish stuff. I don't know if it could or not, but I'm gonna try. So I have to try and put together a spreadsheet. First, I have to figure out how to make a spreadsheet, because I don't know how to make a spreadsheet. I'm sure I can figure it out. I'll do something, even if I handwrite it. I don't know. So that's all crafty wise I've got. I did go to the movies the other day. You guys, if you haven't seen A Star is Born, you've got to go see it. My mom and I and a friend of mine that was in from out of town went and saw it, and it's so good. I was bawling like a baby at the end. I was bawling at the preview of another movie in the beginning. I think it just started me off to be super emotional, but really well done. Really well done. Highly recommend seeing it. I will probably see it again. I don't know if I'll get a chance to see it in the theater again, but I'll definitely see it when it comes out into the streaming world. But very well done. And Bradley Cooper directed and produced it, which I didn't know. I didn't really know much about it. He did a fabulous job, and I've always been sort of like, yeah, it's Bradley Cooper. I don't have this whole like, oh, it's Bradley Cooper. He's totally hot in this movie, but he did a fabulous job, and Lady Gaga was amazing, and it was just really good. So definitely go see that one. And you know what's coming soon is the Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm so excited for that one. Queen was my jam, man. That was my jam when I was a teenager. So I am like super excited for that. We had tickets at one point to go see them, and it was when Freddie Mercury was getting sick, and they ended up canceling the concert, so I never got to see him, but almost. I was almost there. Big fan. So that's coming out November 2nd. I'm excited about that. All right, enough rambling. I am gonna go, and I think I need some caffeine. And so keep yourself busy, keep crafting. I hope everybody's safe from the storms that have been happening. I know there's another one gonna hit the Florida area and then go up the coast, and there was the one that hit the Carolinas, and I just get worried about all you people that are over there. So stay safe, and I guess if you're in that area, you're not watching me. So tell somebody I said to stay safe. Anyway, take care. I will see you next time in a couple of weeks.